Hello everyone. I would like to talk to you today about the visa process to come to the United States of America. Actually, the petition process. There is about 7 different petitions to come to United States of America. 7 different visas. So I would like to go over those visas with you right now. The first one is the most exciting one. I think it's the lottery. And the lottery is a program where the United States of America offers a person to come to our country from a different country to start a new life. And they offer that once a year in a foreign country. And what you do is you apply for it, and it only costs a few American dollars. And what it is they put people's names into a pool, and then they pull them out, and you get selected. And they'll call you up and ask you if you're still considering, would you like to still come to the United States of America? Yes or no. You have to get a physical examination, and you just have to know someone's address who lives in America. And then you're free to come to the USA to begin a new life. The second visa is the refugee visa. Now that one's for like people who in Iraq or war people, Africa. I think some Syrians are being able to come on a refugee visa right now because of the war that's going on, and that offers people an opportunity to begin a new life also. Okay, now the third visa is the tourist visa. The tourist visa, you actually have to have a certain amount of money in the bank, and you have to have a job, and you need to know someone, an address here in the United States of someone, or a hotel that you will be staying at. You have to show proof of that. And then fourth visa is a work visa. You have to know someone here in the United States who owns a company who wants you to come work for them, and they will petition for you to work. And I don't know the amount of time that they will give you, but we have a lot of people here work for Intel who stay here for 6 months, a year, 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So there is the lottery, the refugees, the tourists, and the work visa. The next one is the student visa. That's number 5. The student visa is where you go to your embassy and you petition to come to the United States to go to come to school to get an education. And what you do is you just put in what program you would like to study, and they find a university that offers that program, and then they actually tell you what state you're going to be going to and what university you're going to. You don't really have a choice. I mean, I think they give you a few choices and you could choose. And then I just want you to know that the tuition for foreigners is at least double the amount of American citizens, so be prepared for that. So that's the 5th visa. The 6th visa is the fiancé visa. Now the fiancé visa requires you to be engaged to someone, and in order for them to petition for you to come to their country. So the person, your fiancé, the person will go to your country and engage you, and they will come back to the United States and petition for you to come to their country, this country. And that requires documents and pictures of your ceremony, your engagement party, documents stating that you have a relationship, so keep lots of documents of that. Phone conversations, Skype conversations, they're going to want to see phone bills, Skype conversations, Facebook contact, however you contact each other, they're going to want to see these. They're going to want to know how well you know each other, okay? And so then the person will come back to here to the United States. They will file for the fiancé visa. They will have to have a fingerprinting. The American citizen will have to get a fingerprinting. They will have to submit the K-1 petition, and they will have to be cleared on this end to make sure they're not a criminal, an FBI check, fingerprinting, and They will have to submit documents stating that they are divorced if they've ever been divorced, married before. They will submit those documents with the papers, and then those papers will be sent to the consulate in the country that you're petitioning for, and after they're approved in this country, because it takes a few weeks, maybe a few months, maybe up to 3 months to get approved on the American side. Then the papers get sent to the foreign country that you are petitioning for, and then the paperwork from the fiancés will be also cleared. And if the person has a name that maybe is from a criminal, then it takes longer for their paperwork to get cleared, you know, because there's a lot of people have the same names. And so after that paperwork is cleared, and that could take 8 months to a year, the whole process, you know, from America to their country after they get cleared could take 8 months to a year. And then they call him or her for an interview. And sometimes there's 1 interview, 2, 3, 4, 5 interviews before they get approved, and sometimes they don't even get approved. And the consulates, the immigration officers, don't have to tell you the reason why you're approved. So you need to make sure you know a lot about the person who is petitioning for you. Make sure you know a lot, and you make sure you know American English, or the English language, because they're going to ask you questions, and if you don't know the answers, or if you don't understand them, you might say the wrong thing, and you might not get approved if you don't understand them. So work on your English. Okay, it's going to require 2 passport pictures from the person in the foreign country and 2 passport pictures from the person in USA. And you put them together in a file with the petitions that you will get off of USCIS. The documents, you download them and make lots of copies, because you will make mistakes. And the signatures on those papers have to be from that person's foreign language, written in their language, not in English, in theirs. Okay, and it has to be their original signature. You can't make copies of those papers and make copies of their signatures. So have them put their signature everywhere on those papers, mini copies, I'm telling you, because the process through the mail systems to foreign countries, we know how that is. Things get lost. Things never even get there, okay? Or things take forever to get there. And if you have to send something, send it overnight express. And you know, that gets expensive too, like $25. So make sure when you go there to get engaged that you make lots of copies, okay? And have him or her sign them everywhere, mini copies, okay? Everywhere that needs to be signed, and address, okay? Their address, okay? And their pictures, okay? So that's the K-1 visa, and that takes anywhere from 8 months to 1 to 2 years, the fiance visa, to get approved, okay? And sometimes even longer, depending on if all the paperwork isn't done right. It gets sent back, okay? And then they tell you what's missing. But I want you to know, once your paperwork goes to their country, you cannot talk to the immigration officers. It's between the immigration officers and them. And they will drill them. They will drill them because they want to make sure they're not scammers. They want to make sure that they are legit. So just be prepared, okay? So that's the K-1, the fiance visa. The K-3 is the spouse visa. So that is after you get married. So kind of like the same process. Download all those papers, make plenty of copies, signatures and everything. You go through your criminal check on this side. You go through your fingerprinting, submitting the paperwork. It gets cleared on this side. Your name gets cleared. It gets sent to their country. Okay? Then you bring all the you bring all the paperwork over there when you get married. And same thing. You document things. You take lots of pictures. You show your relationship. You get to know each other. You make sure your relationship is secure. Because the immigration officers will drill him or her even more to make sure that you are legit, because that is their job, okay? They want to make sure you are not getting scammed, okay? because there's a lot of people who just want to come to get out of their country, and they will marry just for that reason, okay? So don't get angry whenever your spouse or your fiance is upset because of the things that the immigration officers have said to them, because they will try to intimidate them to make sure that they are legit, okay? They're doing it for you. They're doing it for people in America to make sure that the relationship is legit, okay? And they can be pretty hard, those immigration officers, pretty hard. So be prepared. Be prepared. Okay, so download lots of copies. Go to their country, you get married, you come back, you make sure that you get all their signatures, lots of documentations, their passport pictures, your passport pictures. Come back to the United States, put all the documents together, criminal check, you get approved on this side. Takes a few weeks, maybe a few months to get approved. After you get approved, they'll email you or they'll send you documents. They send it to their country, to the consulate in their country. Then he has to wait for his interview. He has to get a physical examination, fingerprinting, show all the documents of his life there. Then while you're there also you have to get a physical, okay? And you submit. When you get married, you have to get a physical when you're there. You have to get get an interview there also. You submit the marriage certificate and the paperwork to the immigration office there, the consulate in their country. And then you go back to your country, and then they're on their way to get interviewed and to get approved, to get their visa to the United States of America. Some get approved, some do not. And so just make sure you speak English and you understand English. Make sure you know a lot about the person in the United States who you're engaged to or that you are marrying, because that is very, very important, and the process is not easy. And it takes a long time. You're going to be sitting in front of the in front of the computer for 1 year, sometimes 2 years, okay? Some people have been approved as fast as 8 months. Some people have it's gone as long as 3 years, okay? So be prepared. Be prepared. It is not easy. So make sure that your love is strong and that you're going to survive this process, because it's not easy. And the more times you can visit their country, the more proof that you have, okay, that you are a legit couple. So be prepared to spend lots of money, because those petitions are not cheap. They're not cheap. You're going to have to submit more papers, and it's going to cost more money, okay? They're going to want to see things like airline tickets showing that you went there, the receipts for the rings for the engagement or the marriage, the rings, the receipts. They're going to want to see receipts for whenever you traveled over there and the hotels you stayed in. All of this stuff, keep a file. It's very, very important, okay? Very, very important. And if you're choosing to do it on your own, some people actually get immigration attorneys to help them, okay? So they don't have to go through all of this stuff on their own, you know. But it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a lot of money for immigration attorney. All right, so hopefully this has helped you. I've given you a lot of information here about visas and petitioning to come to the United States. And go to USCIS. That helps a lot. That is the actual site for our government here in the United States of America. Alrighty? Good luck. Bye-bye now.